According to the Uganda Demographic Health Survey 2011, 56% of women in Uganda have experienced physical violence at some point since the age of 15 years. The survey also found that 28% of women aged between 15 and 49 have experienced sexual violence, and that 16% have experienced violence during pregnancy.
Gender-based barriers to accessing justice.
Now, judges and delegates from the International Great Lakes region, ICGLR, are calling for harmonized laws in the region to deal with violence against children and women.
One of the protocols of the ICGLR is a protocol on judicial cooperation. We are urging member states to domesticate it so that it is applicable throughout the 12 member states of the ICGLR.
It means that they should try their best to harmonize their existing laws to conform with that regional instrument.
This was the topic of discussion at a 3-day meeting in Chigo, Wakiso district. The International Great Lakes region brings together 12 countries, including Uganda, Kenya, Congo, and South Sudan. The conference was attended by delegates from South Africa and Lesotho. One of the facilitators, High Court Judge Susan Okalanyi, says gender-based cases must be handled specially, like election petitions given to specific judges, accorded special court sessions, and should be dealt with and disposed of in a specific period of time. Okalanyi says this will help reduce the case backlog.
These sessions could be specially funded. The judges should be trained on special procedures and then unleashed to handle these cases.
So you announce, for example, that every Monday of every month, of end of the month, all courts in Uganda that have the jurisdiction to handle sexual violence do that.
Justice Okalanyi, who was in March elevated to the High Court, is also calling for amendments in Section 101 of the Magistrates Act to allow court to depend entirely on the evidence adduced by children in court. Currently, evidence given by children must be supported by other proof.
A court which believes that the child is truthful, to believe the evidence of that child and use it to convict an accused person.
The delegates also called for protection of victims of violence in courts of law when they are giving evidence.
So you find that victims are reluctant to report because they don't want to be labeled as that girl who was raped. Or, in these days, even men become victims of sexual violence.
They also want protection of evidence for successful prosecution to take place. Herbert Ziwa, NTV.